such a heavy structure. But, the fact is, the Colosseum was built in less than 9 years, between 72 and 80 AD. It took 8 years and 4 months only to build the Colosseum. In June 80, the building could be inaugurated by Titus, Vespasian's son, the new emperor. Vespasian was dead already. Titus was the conqueror of Jerusalem 10 years earlier. In 70 AD, the Romans wiped out Jerusalem, following a rebellion in Palestine, the time called Judea, which is already a Roman province. Titus was a general in the Roman army then. He is the one that ransacked Jerusalem, and after a 3-year campaign, he came back to Rome with 40,000 prisoners. Many of those prisoners would be used as slaves in the construction of the Colosseum. And the spoils of the war, 50,000 kilos, over 100,000 pounds of gold and silver. For the most part, the treasure was in the Second Temple of Jerusalem, Temple of King Herod, destroyed by the Romans, is what financed the construction. Titus had 100 consecutive days of games to celebrate the grand opening. Colosseum's inauguration turned out to be the longest party the Romans ever had. 100 straight days of celebrations and holidays for everybody in town. I mean, it's not like the Romans, they didn't have enough holidays already. In the Roman calendar, in the 1st century AD, you can count 162 official holidays. In practical terms, that means when they party, and when they go to work. It's in the Roman calendar, I'm not kidding. 3,000 men and 9,000 large exotic animals were killed in the Colosseum, in those first 100 days of games. And actually, we even happen to have a list of some of the animals, killed in a building during a grand opening. It's quite interesting. Well, they came from all parts of the world the Romans could reach. Bulls, bears, hyenas, zebras, giraffes, tigers, and so on, including some of those animals that you would never expect, like dogs, porcupines, and 11 donkeys. I don't really know what happened to those 11 donkeys, but I could tell you what happened to the dogs and the porcupines instead. The two most popular events, the regularly staged at the Colosseum, were the wild animal hunting games, called in Latin Venationes, the morning games, and the gladiatorial contests. A popular comedy break in between the Venationes would have been watching a dog trying to catch a porcupine. Speaking of comedy at the Colosseum, another comedy break would have been, this is going to sound terrible, a good fight between a woman and a midget. As grotesque